Mm-mm-mm-mm. All right, everyone. Got my Dunkin' Donuts coffee here. I might as well just give them some free promotion here. Dunkin' Donuts coffee right here, Matt Ahn Talk Show. Hey, everyone. Welcome here. This is the third live on Rumble for the Matt Ahn Talk Show. It's been a while since we did a live for Rumble. We only ever did two lives on Rumble. And ever since then, I've just been posting clips because I was unsure how I felt when we started doing the lives for Rumble. It was a test run because we were brand new on this social media platform known as Rumble. So, figured I do a third one here. So, here we are. We're live. This will eventually be on the YouTube channel. Who knows when, but we're right here live on Rumble, and that's what counts. This is our other social media platform, just like YouTube, just like Facebook. So, yeah, here we are. We got a whole bunch of people in the chat ready to go here. I got some topics on hand today. I'm geared up. I just wish the weather was a little more better outside, but what can you say? One of the big topics that I want to talk about today is the 2024 presidential race, as we are only 5 months out from the election, which is in November. Last time we came to you was on YouTube and Rumble, I believe, here. And that was in January. We came to you with a 2024 presidential update. And yeah, a lot of things have happened since then, so we're going to be giving some updates. Another topic I want to talk about today on the show is I know it's a little bit of time has passed since WWE's WrestleMania 40, which occurred in beginning of April. And I know we're like about almost like 2 months removed or so, roughly about from WrestleMania 40. But one of the big things that had bothered me about the show was no Hulk Hogan and no Stone Cold Steve Austin. It bothered me very much that those two weren't even on WrestleMania 40 whatsoever. So those are going to be our two big topics for our third Rumble here on Rumble. Rumble.com, everybody. Check the name. Yeah, Matt Ahn Talk Show. So yeah, let's get into the 2024 presidential update here, as we're 5 months out until November here. As you all know, Donald Trump and Joe Biden are the nominees for the party. The conventions will be starting within Republican convention will be in July, I believe, and then I believe the Democratic National Convention is in August or September, whichever it is. I gotta find a verification on that. So those are the two candidates. Before, it was a lot of unsure. There was several Republican candidates that were gunning for president, and one by one, Donald Trump slowly put the Superman punch on all of them, and thus he was the last man standing. Joe Biden's health has been a big question for concern, as he's not competent, can't remember stuff, could barely deliver lines, falling all the time, so his health has become a question for concern. There's been a lot of people debating that the reason Donald Trump and Joe Biden are going to be having that debate in June, Joe Biden finally accepted Donald Trump's request to debate, and they decided they're actually going to debate before either one of them have their conventions. So Donald Trump and Biden are going to debate on CNN, of course, and a lot of people were very worried about the performance that Joe Biden could do. Some are even speculating that this is a dry run. This is a last-ditch chance opportunity for Joe Biden to go out there and really showcase himself and prove to the American public that he does plan to fix a lot of this mess that his administration has caused. No offense to Biden supporters, but life hasn't been really good under Joe Biden. My life was a lot better under Donald Trump. And I'm not, I'm staying neutral here in this conversation, just so everybody knows, all of you people in the chat. But Donald Trump on Biden, yeah, it's a night and day between those two. Joe Biden, there has been talk about possibly this is his last chance to showcase himself. And if he doesn't do well in this debate on CNN, there's talk about possibly the Democratic Party persuading him in any possible way that they could. Whether it's invoking the 25th Amendment for not being competent to perform the job and duties as president, that they might swap him out for somebody else on the ticket. Where Kamala goes, I don't know. But the future doesn't look bright for Joe Biden. There is celebrities and news organizations just flat out turning on Biden. They are starting, them people, the celebrities and the TV personalities who make a buttload of money. Money I wish I could dream to have. And they're turning on Joe Biden because now they're starting to feel the pinch. Gas, food, everything. Inflation is just rampant. And this guy says Bidenomics is working? Yeah, right. I don't think so. So, everybody remembers how life was so good under Donald Trump. And now everybody is just all about Donald Trump. And of course, you're going to have all the haters out there, which is fine because, you know, it was the same way when I wasn't a fan of Obama. I was a McCain and Romney supporter. But Obama won, and I respected that. And as you avid Matt Ahn Talk Show watchers have been watching this show for a long time, no, we've featured segments of Barack Obama on this show, which have done very successfully and continue to be watched by a lot of people. So, Donald Trump's got all of his cases going on now. It's not going so well. The hush money case with Michael Cohen, that went right into the pooper. A lot of his other cases in Georgia and the Arizona ones and the trying to overturn the election and getting involved in a proceeding like the elections, not going so well. The prosecution has been presenting very poor facts, and Donald Trump, who's on the defense, has making very good arguments. The prosecution's not doing a good job. I don't know who's designing these things on the prosecution for either one of these cases. All of them are complete disaster, all of these cases. I mean, you think you'd be able to get one right somewhere, but you can't get any of them right. And I don't know why the higher powers or the inside government, whatever some people want to believe, but I don't know if you realize it now at this point, but I, a normal citizen, does. These cases are just alienating people even more to vote and support Donald Trump. For a good year after Donald had left the presidency in 2021, it was kind of low-key. Not a whole lot you didn't hear from Donald. Then, as we got closer to the 2022 midterm elections, a lot of people, you started to hear more about Donald Trump. And then he announced that he was going to be running in 2024 for president. Well, the media always claims how bad Donald Trump is. One of my big things that I dislike is John Tapper on CNN. Very good, very professional. But I do not like the always bashing of Donald Trump, calling out, election lies, la, la, la. And then they'll cut away from Donald. But they would never do that to Obama or anybody else. So, I dislike John Tapper for just, bashing Trump all the time. He never would do that to Biden, despite Biden's really bad. He's worse than Jimmy Carter, in my mind. And I wasn't even alive for Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter was out of office 7 years before I was even born. But I've watched History Channel lessons of Jimmy Carter. And yeah, he was kind of not good. I mean, people probably liked him in the beginning, and then the honeymoon was over. Joe Biden's honeymoon ended at the end of 2021. Once we all started to get back to normal after the COVID phenomena, shenanigans, as I said, the COVID was a sham. You can go back on the YouTube channel. There's a pandemic shows playlist. And I had stated that time and time again, the pandemic was a ruse. It's a shtick, as I always said. And I was right. It was a shtick, the COVID. So, Biden not doing a good job. And if you want to get rid of Trump for the media, one more time, if you haven't already seen it, you're already alienating all the base to like him more and to fight for him more. If you want Donald Trump to just disappear, hey, a secret tip. Don't talk about him. Don't feature anything about him. Just between me and you. Don't feature anything about Donald Trump if you want him to go away. All right? That's all you have to do. Just make him go away by not talking about him. But, hey, you screwed yourself. So, my prediction early on here, 5 months out, Donald Trump's going to win this one. There's absolutely no way. Yes, there is the idea that 2020 was rigged. I even feel that it was. Something was up. Something was up with the 2020 election. But they're not going to be able to pull that one off this time. Too many people are awake now, and too many people realize what's going on. They ain't going to let that happen again. No way. If you think January 6th was bad, which of course it was, there is speculation that there was Antifa implanted inside the MAGA movement that was there that day in January 6th. If you think that was bad, think about how the revolt is going to be if this Joe Biden guy is still on the ticket by the time November comes and he wins. You have to be literally... How can I be nice here on the air? You have to literally be very unintelligent and living under a rock with no social media or news whatsoever in your life to vote for Joe Biden. You had to be a person that was told by other people, oh, vote for Joe, he'll do good. No. Even all the people that are on the welfare system are turning against Joe because the food stamps isn't even covering the cost of food at the grocery store. Latino bases turning on Biden. Asian bases turning on Biden. African Americans overwhelmingly turning on Biden. There is records of these things online. You could search them here on Rumble as a very free base platform, even more free than YouTube. You could check videos of them out here. We got plenty of great podcasters on Rumble as well. But both on YouTube and Rumble, you can find video after video after video of several people in the African American community overwhelmingly showing their support for Donald Trump. Why? Because they're just tired of being lied to all the time. They were used as a catalyst all the time, and they were used to get those votes every time for the Democratic Party. Time and time again. We'll give you free welfare, we'll give you free health care, we'll give you free education, free phones, all of that shtick. Some of it, yeah, they did. But then they started taking it away in recent years. And they've had just about enough of being treated like that. As well as most of America is tired of the way things are being. 2022, crap. 2023, crap. And 2024 is crap. With all what we all have to pay for in life. Like this Dunkin' Donuts coffee that I had gotten today, it's a large iced coffee, liquid cream, liquid sugar with the French vanilla flavoring. They still couldn't get this right. There's sugar at the bottom of this drink. And I asked for liquid sugar, not regular sugar. As the common folk should know, regular sugar does not dissolve in cold coffee. It has to be hot coffee for regular sugar. They still couldn't get that right. Yes, Charlie D. Yes, I know. Dunkin' Donuts, it's a hit or miss. Yes. Charlie D in the comments. Thank you, Dominic, for your support. Um, Bert, yeah, that's how the base is going right now. Donald Trump, MAGA movement taking it all the way. Whoa. Just a random out of nowhere rainstorm outside, and I can even hear it in the microphone if you just listen. This mic picks up everything, by the way. Jay Williams, yes. Joe Biden, end of his term, January 20th, 2025. That is right. Uh, so yeah, Donald Trump ahead in most polls. Um, he's leading pretty much by 2% average on national here throughout the country. Joe Biden is only two states. Joe Biden is ahead by a point of Donald Trump. Donald Trump is leading almost in every single state. Ronald, yeah. Joe Biden don't stand a chance. Allison, yeah, I partially feel that way too. That for those of you watching live on Rumble, Allison here says that she feels that Gavin Newsom is going to somehow replace Joe Biden as the presidential nominee right in time for the Democratic National Convention. Yeah, that could be very well true. Uh-oh. Whoa. We just lost some of the power and lighting here in the studio here. Thankfully, we got our backup thing here to continue the live here. Anna, yeah. I can't see Kamala becoming president either, even if they do the 25th Amendment. I think Donald Trump has been even sending out tweets calling for the 25th Amendment to be invoked for the incompetency of Joe Biden. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's some not so thinking of that one. I understand. Yeah, you want to get rid of Joe, but Kamala, picture Kamala being the first female president, and she could barely get it right. All she does is cackle. All she does is that. I mean, she doesn't even have no clue what she's talking about half the time. So, yeah, Donald Trump leading in most of the polls all over the country now. Everybody's going MAGA. Everyone's going for Donald. They remember life under Donald versus what's going on with good old, Uncle Joe. Aiden, yeah, Trump 2024. Yeah, there's been the African American community, as I talked about before, talked about the African American community. They had a video online on the Benny Johnson show, which you can also find right here on Rumble as well as YouTube. African American community, everybody in this area in Georgia, all supporting Trump. There was a guy who even said Trump 2024, Trump 2028, Trump 2032. They're all for it. And you know what? That could really become reality if people like Eric and Don Jr. and Barron and Ivanka all decide that they want to run for president. Donald ain't going to live forever. Donald's about to turn 80 or so. And, he ain't going to live forever. But the mark on life that he leaves behind could lead in a new movement. In 20 or so years, we'll be looking back on this time and talking about things. About Donald Trump, how he was reverely hated by lots of people early on. But then became the cult of personality. Thank you. The security system talking to me. Donald Trump will become the cult of personality. Obama himself became a cult of personality. But now, some people look back on the Obama administration, and it's over time not aging well. It was great at the time for the movement we had in this country. Strong African, strong Latino base. But now, the tide is turning, and they're tired of being lied to. We'll be back at a future time to talk about the 2024 presidential update as we're 5 months out. Another one quick before we run out of time here on this live. Yeah, William. Yeah, I can't see this guy winning. There's going to be a revolt. William in the chat room doesn't feel that Joe Biden, he can't win. There's no absolute way. I'm not here to change anybody's mind or opinion on how you want to vote. I stay neutral. But vote however you want. But we can't live the way that we're living anymore. Because I'm tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I'm tired of the big corporations making the money. And I don't get much. I get very little here on Rumble. Very, very little on Rumble. And YouTube, it's the same scenario. I get a little more money on YouTube, but YouTube takes more of the money for themselves and doesn't leave me with a whole lot other than a bunch of pocket change. And it's sickening because I got a big fan base, I get probably, a couple thousand views a day. And, they take the money for themselves and leave me with the pocket change, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Another one I want to quick get to is WrestleMania 40. 2 months ago, we had WrestleMania 40, and the show was phenomenal overall. WrestleMania 40. Kathy, yes. Hulk Hogan, I will get to him. WrestleMania 40, phenomenal show. But my beef at the end of the show, because I was expecting two individuals to make an appearance in the Roman Reigns-Cody Rhodes match, which did not happen, and that was Hulk Hogan and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Neither one of them guys appeared anywhere on the two-night event of WrestleMania 40, and I was kind of very disappointed about it. And I was actually hoping Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan, would be a part of the show. Now, I figured Hulk Hogan would be a part of the show because it's WrestleMania 40, and Hulk Hogan was there for the very first WrestleMania. He was an important figure in WrestleMania history, one of very few living people from WrestleMania 1 that's still alive for WrestleMania 40. And I just think they dropped the ball by not having Hogan at least come out and just do a few taunts and make an appearance on the show, which I think he should have done. But they didn't have him come out and make an appearance on the show like I was hoping he would, which was a very big disappointment. And I'm very disappointed about that. I was really hoping for Hogan to come out. I mean, he didn't have to come out in the Roman match with Cody. He could have just came out in the middle of the show and announced the attendance record or something like that. Obviously, he can't fight anymore like Stone Cold could. But people really were expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin, and they got The Undertaker instead because they wanted to have the Hogan or the Austin and The Rock because the show was in Philly. So the first time that those two met in a main event match for the WWE Championship was 1999 at WrestleMania 15. So what better place to round it out about at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. But we got The Undertaker instead. Well, there's no word on what the heck happened with Hogan, why Hogan wasn't involved. But as far as Stone Cold Steve Austin, it came down to money. Now, TKO recently was created out of the merger of WWE and UFC. So, UFC and WWE are combined, and it's now a corporation of TKO, and you got The Rock on the board of directors, and you think he would have pulled some strings, Vince McMahon no longer in charge, so, they think they would have been able to work this out when it came to money. I mean, if money was the issue, I would have just said screw it. If I was on the board or I was in charge of running WWE, hey, no expense spared. It's Stone Cold Steve Austin. It's the fans. It's what they wanted. But no Stone Cold Steve Austin on the show whatsoever. WrestleMania 40. I think they missed out on a big opportunity. I mean, nothing against The Undertaker. It was great to see Undertaker there at the show. But I think the fan reception and the fan ovation would have been bigger. Look at that. I don't even need the sound effects. I think the fan interaction would have been a lot bigger if it was Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think it would have blown just like that thunderbolt right out of that Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. If it was Stone Cold Steve Austin, it would have been way bigger of a reaction than The Undertaker's. Because it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. So, again, very disappointed. Kevin, yeah, I know. I'm a big Stone Cold and Hogan fan, and it sucked that we didn't get to see them there. Bert, yeah, that's right. Stone Cold Steve Austin for president. What else do we got here? Shane McDonald. He says, yeah, he didn't like it that Hogan wasn't at the WrestleMania 40 either. Yeah. Jay is a big Hulk Hogan fan. Yeah, me too, brother. All right, folks. Thank you very much, everybody in the live. I very much appreciate all of your support for being here on the show today, just watching some of the news here. You know, I'm quite frankly tired of all these news alerts that I get here. It's just constant stuff. Gaza, Hamas, conflict in Iran now, the one president over there dying. Benjamin Netanyahu. I'm just really tired of the overseas stuff. I mean, I could frankly care less, no offense. You know, you got stuff here in the news about the Palestine stuff. And then they're always talking here about the Donald Trump court cases that are coming up. I mean, I'm just tired of that stuff. I mean, I really don't care. I mean, when I turn on the news on the television, I mean, it's just all the time something about Gaza, the Donald Trump court cases. Nothing special that I really want to listen or watch. I mean, I could turn on the TV right now. The TV went out because when the power went out here. Yeah, see? Unbelievable. It's a commercial. Go figure. They can't live. They love those commercials. I just wish I'd get paid more on either one of these platforms of Rumble or Live from the commercials. I mean, everybody else makes bank. The sponsors and the platform make bank, and I get pocket change. Sickening. Anyway, folks, this has been our third Rumble Live. We're here almost approaching 30 minutes. I appreciate all of you that have been in the chat room, everybody watching live. Thank you very much for all your support. Like, share, comment. Matt Ahn Talk Show, Rumble, YouTube. It's been a joy right here doing our third Rumble Live. This, however, playback will be featured on YouTube at some point. I do not know when this will be brought up onto the YouTube channel. Eventually I will get it uploaded, but we're just live for the time being here on Rumble, and it can be played back. Check out our Facebook fan page. We get stuff up there. For those of you that watch us more on YouTube, go to YouTube, check out all our archives, all of our playlists that we have. Every month we put out a brand new playlist featuring content from the past related to a different topic. For the month of July, well, for the month of June, I should say, is the King of Fire, Robbie Luckman, is being featured in our June 2024 playlist. And for all of you that are avid fans of the Matt Ahn Talk Show, July 3rd, 2024 will be the next Matt Ahn Talk Show anniversary. I believe that's 23 years of the Matt Ahn Talk Show. July 3rd, 2024. Yes, it's coming up very soon. I will also be doing some sort of video on June 3rd entitled 30 Days Out. For the last several years, I've been doing 30 days out shows, giving you the heads up for the Matt Ahn Talk Show anniversary coming up. Man, this power really wants to go out here. I don't know if you noticed the thing keep flickering on me. Anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you very much, everyone. Matt Ahn Talk Show, right here, our third Rumble. Like, share, comment, subscribe to the Matt Ahn Talk Show, and we will see you again very soon for our fourth Rumble Live that we are planning. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.